Okay, good morning everyone. Today we're going to look at the present simple tense. So we use the present simple tense when we talk about repeated activities or things we do a lot. For example, on Mondays I go to work in Manchester. On Fridays I go to the mosque. I cook dinner in the evenings. So the verbs go and cook are all in the present simple tense. So with regular verbs in the present tense, we use the infinitive form, except we add s for the he, she, or it form. Example, I cook, you cook, he or she or it cooks, we cook, they cook. So this works for many verbs in the present tense. For example, drive, read, eat, and make. So have a look at the form for he or she. We add an S. So he, she drives, he, she eats, he, she reads, he, she makes. But for everybody else, we just use the infinitive form. I drive, I read, I eat, I make. So can you put the correct form of the present tense verbs in the gaps? Use these verbs: drink, read, eat, cook, or travel. So remember to look out for he, she, or it, because in those cases we need to add an S. So number 1 would be every morning I eat toast for breakfast. In the evenings, she reads a book. On Wednesdays, he travels to work by car. At the weekends, we cook a meal for family and friends. And every day I drink lots of coffee. Now, some verbs in the present tense are irregular, and the main examples of these are the verbs go, have, and do. So below you'll see the formation of those verbs, including how they are different for he or she. So example, I go, you go, he, she goes, es, we add on the end. We go, they go, I have, you have, he or she or it has, we have, they have. I do, you do, he or she or it does, we do, and they do. So they're slightly different, we just don't add an S. And in the case of have, the verb changes a little bit. Now this is also true for words ending in sh or ch sounds. So for example, I watch becomes she watches, so we add an es. I catch becomes he catches. So have a go at putting the correct form of the verbs have, go, and do in the spaces below. So the first one would be my dad goes to work in the evenings because he works in a restaurant. Number 2 would be she always does her homework in the mornings before her English class. Number 3 would be my son has a very important exam tomorrow. Number 4 would be I usually do all my shopping at the weekend. And number 5 would be every year we try and go on holiday to a different country. Well done. So using the negative in the present simple tense is easy. We add do or does plus not, which makes don't or doesn't. And then we add the main verb. So, I don't cook in the mornings. She doesn't swim on Fridays. We don't go to the cinema on Sundays. So remember to use don't if it's I, you, we or they, and doesn't for he or she or it. So can you make the following sentences negative? She goes shopping every day. So negative would be she doesn't go shopping every day. He buys sweets after work. He doesn't buy sweets after work. And I drive to work on Thursdays. I don't drive to work on Thursdays. So what do you notice about the main verb in the negative? What do you notice about the main verb? Let's have a look at number 1 again. She goes shopping every day. So the negative, that would be she doesn't go shopping every day. So in the negative, the verb, the main verb, stays the same. We don't change it to goes or does or buys or works. It stays the same in the infinitive form. So she doesn't go, not goes, she doesn't goes. That would be wrong. She doesn't go shopping every day. Now using the verb to be in the present simple tense is also easy. So we just stick with I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, they are. Example, I am sad today, he is at the mosque, we are all tired because it's Friday. The negative is different. We just add not. So with the verb to be, if it's am, are, is, then we just add not. I am not sad today. He is not at the mosque. We are not all tired because it's Friday. And these can be shortened to I'm, you're, isn't, we're, and there. So we've got I'm not, you're not, he or she isn't, we're not, and they're not. So have a go at speaking in the present tense. Ask your partner questions about their daily and weekly routine. Example, what time do you get up? Where do you go to English class? When do you cook dinner? And what do you do at the weekend? So for example, for the first one, I might say, oh, I get up about 7 a.m. And for the second one, I might say, oh, I go to English class in Oldham, or I go to English class in Manchester. When do you cook dinner? Let me think. I cook dinner at about 6 p.m. What do you do at the weekend? Oh, I do lots of things at the weekend. I go to the park, I walk, I do the shopping, I clean my house. So all in the present tense. So you have a go, and well done everybody.